Hey friends, this is JB with a 14-day Wisdom Challenge show, and we are rocking it again. Don't miss today because we are kicking off even greater, more powerful wisdom readings. We're in Job. Job is said to be one of the oldest books in the Bible, as I recall. And that means that this has rudimentary, foundational wisdom reading, and we need to get into here. Now, Job, of course, this is the guy. Well, we're going to just get into that in just a second. But look, I want to share with you, one of my fans was talking to me saying, hey, JB, finish the 14-day wisdom challenge. They started rattling off about 2 or 3 major things, major in their life. Okay, to you, you're like, well, this doesn't seem major, but to them it was major. And they went ahead and shared with me what that was. And they were reconnected with family, had some greater, richer experiences with their family, and so they are pressing in, pushing forward. Now, another thing they said is, hey, what about a little bit of a acknowledgement, a little shout out to people, maybe even certificate? That is great. That is great news. I would love to hear that they have done that, and when they tell me that they've finished, the only thing I can say is I didn't get the 14-day wisdom challenge posting each day. So if you can do a 14-day wisdom challenge posting a little bit each day, I will commit to this. We will get you a certificate of completion and a certified stamp that you have completed this course in the 14-day wisdom challenge first iteration. Second iteration, of course, comes with introspection of where you are in your life, and then there's another iteration. So we're going to get you those instructions. I tell you though, right now, if you do the 14-day wisdom challenge show 14 days in a row, posting each day, we will get you the certificate and you will be blessed. I guarantee that. It's not JB. Pouring wisdom into your life is a blessing. You will start to reap the blessings. We were also talking about some areas where clutter and decisiveness was also involved in this particular person and other people. So I want you to pour into this. Some of these people reporting back in different ways, email, phone. I would encourage you to post or email me at values@jbmakeithappen.com. Now we've got Job chapter 1. We're going to take each little segment. We're going to stay in here for a while, as long as we can, until we move forward. Job's character and wealth. There was a man in the land of Uz. You ever heard of the land of Oz? Well, this is the land of Uz, okay? I don't know what the difference is, but it sounds exotic, doesn't it? Whose name was Job. And that man was blameless and upright, one who feared God and turned away from evil. There were born to him 7 sons and 3 daughters. That's a big family. Got 7 sons and 3 daughters. You know, he did, to have a son back then was really an important aspect, because those sons would be helping you in the field and helping you to basically create wealth. He possessed 7,000 sheep, 3,000 camels. That's a lot of camels. 500 yoke of oxen and 500 female donkeys, and very many servants. So that this man was the greatest of all people of the East. This was the dude, okay? This was the dude. He had wealth. All of the wealth back then was equated into your livestock, and that basically was it, because they were roving, traveling nomads a little bit more than they were today. His sons used to go and hold a feast in the house of each one on his day. Let me read that again. His sons used to go and hold a feast in the house of each one on his day. Suppose that's his birthday. And they would send and invite their 3 sisters and eat and drink with them. I'm not sure. He's had 7 sons. It could have had 1 son for each day. I don't know. Could have been birthday, or it could have been 1 on each day. And when the days of the feast had run their course, Job would send and consecrate them. And he would rise early in the morning and offer burnt offerings according to the number of them all. For Job said, "It may be that my children have sinned, and cursed God in their hearts. Thus Job did continually. So Job was, what are we getting out of here? Probably you want to err on the side of caution, especially when it comes to God. Are you erring on the side of caution? Okay, now he's saying maybe my children have sinned. Maybe the atonement will help. Okay, you want to say, hey Lord, where do I need to err on the side of caution? Where in your life are you trying to walk over the edge versus stay on the zone where you know that the right way is going to be? Now that's different than taking risks. Sometimes you do have to take risks, and that's a touchy subject. Where do we err on the side of caution versus take risks? And you're going to have to figure that one out. That's not always clear. Okay, I would say this, that this has to do with sin. Okay, not so much the world of this physical world. Okay, now that's a little bit more, he's talking more of spiritual terms. Okay, we want to make sure we're leaning closer to God when it comes to spiritual. Now in the world, we want to make sure that the risk is taken, commensurate with the rewards. And we want to also be prayerful, and we also want to make sure that when we are taking risks, that we can sort of see a next step. We're not just jumping off the cliff, okay, without a parachute or we're not just going to say, hey, Lord, come save me. I'm jumping off the cliff. That's my risk. No, you want to be able to see a foothold in front of you. You want to be able to see a platform, see one more step. You may not see any more, and it may look dismal below. You're looking around, you're like, man, I took that one step. Well, look, see if there's another step. Okay, that's a little bit how that works. So Job's character and wealth is starting to be established here. This is important as part of the story. And the story that you're learning right now actually is hugely important, because what it is, it's setting up the character development. It's setting up who he is, what he is, whereabouts is a little bit, and there's much character development here, and that's hugely important when you're starting to tell a story. Now, while this is a whole book, it's a whole story. So if you start to understand how it starts to be developed from a story perspective, this is huge. It doesn't take long. He gives brief information about who he is, number of kids, all his financial posture and everything. It's right in the beginning, right early on. It's not too laborious, but it's important, so he puts it out there in front. Now you notice next, Satan allowed to test Job. There are a couple more characters start to come in here. What do we got? We've got God, we've got Satan. Okay, so all of this is what he has. Now we start to get into some bigger things. And from a story development point of view, you want to start to get your character development early and often. Why is that important? Because if you can share with people who they're going there with, okay, they're starting to read a book and they're going to be traveling in their mind with people. And so essentially they want to know who they're going with, where they're at, where they're going. And then they want some action in between. Okay, so there's definitely going to be that. And you can definitely start to see some secondary characters in here in a little bit. And with that, my friends, this is a great golden nugget for you, that you get to understand this character development. You get to understand Job, and you get to say, hey, look, we want to err on the side of spiritual caution. We want to be closer to where God is, not further away. My friends, this is huge stuff. This is huge stuff for you, and I know that since you've been pouring into this, you're going to get a lot out of this. So keep pouring into this 14-day wisdom challenge show. Get wisdom, get insight, get discretion, get it now. Let's do this.